There will be spoilers ahead. Lots of spoilers, so be careful, won't you? This week on Max Mike Movies, we continue in our series, Directors in Short Pants. And oh, are the pants short this week? I mean, the director we're looking at isn't very tall. Well, she wasn't. Sadly, she's Movie this week is Jumpin' Jack Flash, the directorial debut of one Penny Marshall, known to many as both Myrna Turner and Laverne DeFazio. But she had quite the directing career as well and was the first woman director to have a film gross more than 100 million buckaroos. Eat that, men directors. But I can't do this alone. I got to have me a host. And that host, who's sitting right over there, metaphorically speaking, is Max Laverne Levine. Say hello to the nice people, Max.
Hello, Levine. Hello, Shoyle.
Sitting on his far, far left is me, Mike Boo Boo Kitty Loose. We're going to get to the movie in just a moment, but first, we're going to get to you.
Poll question.
Last week, Max wanted to know if there was a subject you thought was too sensitive to be portrayed or explored in film. Here's what y'all...
too sensitive.
Yeah, too sensitive. Boy, there's a deeper. Now, here's what y'all said. Vince, maker of fine cheeses... Well, he's probably eaten some cheese at some point.
Can you milk a penguin?
I don't know. Not being a mammal, I'm going to guess no. Vince wrote us on the website and said, quote, I hate to say that anything is too much for use in film or any art. It's how it's presented and what the intent of using it is. I avoid torture of all kinds, except didn't he see all three Ilsa She-Wolf of the SS movies?
I was going to say...
I avoid torture of all kinds. It's rarely used in a way to make a statement and instead just exploitation and to promote cruelty. Rape, particularly in the 80s, was pretty much always used as titulation. Titulation. Or the only way to give a woman a backstory. He's not wrong there.
No, he's not.
These things can be used... Yes, they do. These things can be used in ways to add something to a story, but don't bet on it. It's worse when either is used for humor, end quote. Yeah. Gotta agree with you there. Nothing funnier than rape. Ooh. Thanks, Vince, and keep up with the good cheese. Dave, 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 Dave. Anyway, sent. Quote, I don't enjoy movies that have rape scenes. Far too common in Japanese film. The Tale of Genji has 2 rapes in it, counting the statutory rape, though they are generally not portrayed in the film versions. And Rashomon, which many people consider to be the best Japanese film of the 20th century, is about rape. That said, the rape problem is most common in ultra-violent Yakuza and or samurai movies that have few, if any, redeeming qualities in the first place. Beyond that, I don't particularly want to see another, Holocaust movie, but not because it is too sensitive, but because there have been so many that such stories make me think that the screenwriter is lazy. The conflicts that arose during the Holocaust are so common in films that they have less dramatic force than they used to. That said, I did love the recent streaming series about Cardin and Chanel and their experiences in Vichy, Paris. The title was The New Look, very much about artistic integrity, and concentration camps Nazi collaboration was a theme that drove the plot in a way that felt new and interesting, end quote. Wow. What do you think of that one, Max?
I was in Austria during the war.
You weren't born during the war.
That's true. Yeah, that's awkward. I mean, he's not wrong. There have been so many movies about the Holocaust. However, I absolutely think if it quiets down and people start to forget, I think we need more of them because we're hitting the point where the last people who actually lived in it are dying off.
Right.
And the Holocaust deniers are getting louder and louder. So, no, I don't object to movies about it as long as they're well done.
Do you think maybe he's trying to say that directors use it as sort of a shorthand to
knee-jerk that is absolutely true. If you want to have a villain that's suddenly, instantly unlikable, you make him a like Nazi who escaped the Nuremberg trials. Or,
right.
Yeah, it's a ready-made trauma. But Yeah, again, it depends on how it's used.
In any case, thanks, Dave. Keith Wright, actor in the fine podcast Q Footsteps.
Fine.
Very fine. Second fine to only one other. Keith Wright wrote, quote, "My life story is too sensitive to be portrayed in a movie because I'm a delicate flower." Well,
yes, we will never have the Keith Wright story.
Well, we shall see. He continues, "I do agree with David about rape scenes. It's really upsetting. Also, I've seen maybe 3 or 4 films that have male rape scenes, but I know there are lots that portray the rape of a woman. That borders on sexism and misogyny. I'm sure women are tired of being portrayed as the victims. I like a good ass-kicking woman who doesn't need to be saved. Oops, I fell. Save me.
I've twisted my ankle."
Yeah, get out of here with that, he says. End quote. Get out of here indeed. Thanks, Keith.
Yes, out of here it should get.
Yes. Dr. Rebecca Pelkey sent us, quote, "As with any sensitive topic, I think it depends on how it's portrayed, why it's thought to be necessary to the story, and whose perspective we're asked to view it from. Obviously, it shouldn't be done for the sake of spectacle or gratification. To the topic of sexual assault, for 1 in 5 women in the United States, it's sadly a reality, while 45% of U.S. women have experienced other forms of unwanted sexual contact. It would be great if every woman was able to fight off her attacker, but that's not how it is. I understand that movies don't always and don't need to reflect reality, but some movies whose goal it is to portray the realities of the female experience also need to not shy away from these topics just because they're upsetting," end quote. I like all of her points, but I think whose perspective we're asked to view it from is going to affect my answer. Thanks, Becca. Jamie Kleinert posted, quote, "If film is art and art is meant to be thought and or reaction provoking, no. That being said, I think there are subjects and scenarios that need to be handled specifically and carefully to make sure that they are respectful to all and serve the story in a way that omitting it would be a detriment, not just for sensationalism or prurient interests," end quote.
Nicely put.
Yeah, carefully indeed. Thanks, Jamie. Brian Mundo answered, quote, "No. Movies portray life. While there is definitely stuff that is too sensitive or delicate or inappropriate for certain audiences, I don't think there is any subject that shouldn't be portrayed." I think I got that double negative right. Slow bear be slow today, end quote. You got it perfect, Slow Bear. Thanks, Brian. Dr. Lauren Buxbaum offered, quote, "I think this is an interesting poll question to ask this week amidst the blatant attack on free speech by Not My President DJT." Sounds like a bug killer.
DJT, man.
And friends. There are a lot of things that I personally find distasteful to watch. Violence, male posturing, abuse, rough sex, adult role models using illicit drugs, male teen fantasy, to name those that first come to mind. As you might have guessed, I don't go to the movies much. If I find something I'm watching to be distasteful to me, I walk out or turn it off. Having said that, we have been lucky enough to have freedom of speech in our country. Sorry about that. There is nothing that is too anything not to be in a movie. If you or I find it disgusting or distasteful or inappropriate, we don't have to watch it. I was sleeping with a friend who found pornography titillating. Sorry. I watched I watched 1.5 clips he played for me, and I found it unbelievable that anyone would find anything in it positive in any way. Nonetheless, it didn't make me anti-pornography, end quote. Well, that was that's very open answer.
Very well thought out and very open-minded.
Well, the book depends on which porn. Like Sex Trek, I'm sure is very well worth watching.
Oh, yes, or Flesh Gordon.
I've actually seen parts of that with the Penosaurus. Yeah, okay.
Good, there's air here we can breathe.
Thank you. Air, good old H2O. Thank you, Dr. Buxbaum. Reaching deep into the old mailbag, and no, that's not a metaphor. We have a missive from our old pal, Max.
Is it the fine Irish laddie, Billow-lading?
Why, yes, it is.
Oh, Billow-lading, Billow-lading.
He inscribed, quote, 9/11. I disliked the 2 dramatizations of 9/11, World Trade Center and Flight 93, both 2006, intensely. They felt exploitative, rushed, and particularly for World Trade Center, lazy. Documentaries are fine, and indeed many finely crafted ones on 9/11 have been released. I enjoyed the musical Come From Away. I don't know that, do you?
Me neither.
But that addressed events adjacent to the direct disaster, the stranding of thousands of passengers in remote Newfoundland, where U.S. airspace closed for that entire subsequent week. 9/11 was an awful day. People at Ground Zero all did the best they could under the circumstances, and I feel it's just icky and gross to put a drama of it on the screen for profit and thrills. Perhaps in many decades subsequent, like Titanic, 1997, it'll be fine when everyone involved is gone. But even almost 25 years later, 9/11 is not a topic I care to see dramatized, end quote. Well, it's a very interesting perspective. Thanks, Bill. What do you think about that one, Max, if you don't mind?
I get it, but, well, that's sort of tied into my answer, so I'll come back to that
We'll come back
later.
to you then, which is soon.
By the way, 2 dramatizations, there were like 30 of them.
Oh.
There were a lot of 9/11 movies that came out within the 10 years after 9/11.
Were any of them by Coleman Francis, or did they have Joe Estevez in them?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't, quite honestly, but...
God's Joe Estevez 9/11 movie. Lastly, it's Max's favorite phone date, Doris Himpelmeyer. Let's take a listen while Max breathes heavily.
Here's a few bucks. Go to the movies. I want to listen to this.
Hello, Max Mike Movies. Hi, Max. This is Doris Himpelmeyer here to answer your poll question for the week, which just happens to be, is there any subject you feel is too delicate, sensitive, or inappropriate to be portrayed in a movie? It's a very interesting question, and it's a very complicated one. My short answer is no, because everybody should be able to portray what they feel that they need to do. I mean, it's freedom of expression, right? That being said, I shouldn't do something that purposely hurts somebody. I mean, that's just awful. You know, don't make fun of bad stuff. That's my personal opinion. Now, all of that being said, things that I would, and I don't have to go see those movies. Go do your thing. If you feel you need to say something, go ahead and do it. That being said, I would really prefer to stop seeing movies where women are just like objects and they're not being treated like real people. The thing that bugs me is when I see a fight going on and the woman's just standing on the side just looking helpless. I'm sorry. We got a few more smarts than that, and we would do things like, I don't know, run and get the phone and call the cops, or maybe, I don't know, grab a vase or something and hit the guy on the head. But we're not going to just stand there. We'll do more stuff than that. We're smarter than that. And I'm just tired of seeing just dumb women in movies. So there, I said my piece for now. Have a wonderful week, and I look forward to hearing you next week. Except for Max. I hear him every night. Bye.
Women's portrayal in movies and making fun of people getting hurt. Yeah, I can totally see those things. And good for her. Well done, Doris. Yep. Any other little bon mots to add here for Doris, Max?
No, she knows. And my words are for her ears only.
Okay.
I will send you another note tied to the leg of a songbird. That will probably be eaten by a cat.
Well, that's all well and good, but what about you, Max? Anything out there you think just isn't good fodder for the old silver screen?
There's plenty, but I think there's nothing that they shouldn't do. I don't think anything should be off limits, no matter how difficult or unpleasant it is to watch. It's a question of, as several of our listeners responded, it's a question of how it's done. If it's just done for exploitation or shock value, again, you want to do it. I'm not going to watch it. But I don't think we can put limits on things. I don't think there's anything that we can say to a filmmaker, no, you can't cover this subject. This subject is too fill in the blank to do a movie about. No, I think that's wrong. That said, there are some things that are very difficult to do well. Stuff like the Holocaust, like rape, like any of that. Porn? Yeah.
I'm with Dr. Laura. I haven't seen a lot of porn. I've seen occasional porn, and every time it mostly just makes me laugh because it's so awful.
It often makes me just embarrassed to be male. I don't know what it is. I don't know why specifically, except porn has generally been mostly a male-dominated industry, but most of the time it's just like, oh, come on!
Yeah.
It's like, is it that hard to find an actor, someone with less than negligible acting skills?
The acting skills are what people are there to see, Max. Just so you know.
But I go for the plot, damn it.
They're there for production values.
I mean, did the woman ever get her cable fixed? I don't know.
And how much was that pizza?
Seriously. Is that kid going to get in trouble with his employer for not bringing cash back for the pizza? These are important
things. And
things.
did he claim those tips on his income tax? I would like to know.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. Again, I don't want to say it. You can't watch it or that it shouldn't be made. But good God, Lemon. I totally get it. And I really am kind of shocked, Doc, that someone was in bed with you and wanted to watch porn as well. I mean,
it works for some people.
Come on. She's right there. What is wrong with you? What about you, Mike? Is there anything that you think is taboo that is just shouldn't be put on film? Or are there things that you really don't like seeing put on film?
Yeah, there's one, and I'm amazed nobody else said it. Kiddie porn. I never, ever want to see any depiction of that being made ever.
Kiddie porn is not cinema. Kiddie porn is a felony. It is a crime.
But I don't want to even see a film about it being made. I don't want those images in any way ever in my head. And the only thing I can remember that ever related to it was Dawn, Portrait of a Teenage Runaway. Did you ever see that?
No, I remember the title. Wasn't that like a after-school movie or something?
It was, and if I remember correctly, because I haven't seen it since it came out, it stars E. Plum, among other things. She was Jan Brady.
Oh, good Lord, really?
But I believe that she runs away, and she actually meets up with a guy who makes younger people films, because I remember there being a young man that she was supposed to be interested in at the time, and it was just really, really, even that, because at that point she might even have been 18, I don't know, but she wasn't in the movie, and it was just like, I don't need this, and that has been in my head since the 70s. No.
Oh, wow.
So for me, that is, I don't care if you're trying to blow the lid off it, that does not need, I cannot imagine that being used properly in a film.
What about a documentary?
No, I don't want to see it. I don't mind seeing a documentary of these people being put away, but I don't want anything about the making of it or no.
Yeah. No, I get that. That is just on a visceral level horrifying.
Yeah.
And it is a crime, and I'm sorry, it is a perversion. And it's not
and I just can't even figure out what could possibly, like, I'm just as confused as Dr. Laura is about watching real porn, about why people watching that. How could anyone, but that's not for us to talk about here. But that is my one subject. No, absolutely not. Okay. But I would like to thank you all for your answers, tons, because we love them. We love hearing from you, love having our perspectives broadened. So why not do it again? What ingredient, if any, is missing from today's movies?
Vanilla. No, wait.
Oh, you ruined it. I personally like bacon. But there's not enough bacon in today's films.
Cumin?
Oh, cumin's good. Yeah, anyway. Although cumin you got to be careful with because it's either spicy or feet. But, so what ingredient, if any, is missing from today's movies? Let us know, won't you? We'll go over those answering methods at the end of the show. But right now, let's get back to Jumpin' Jack Flash and
the facts.
Budget. This is 1986, so 18 million is nothing to sneeze at. And we won't. Take. Oh, you ruined it again. Double fired. Take 29.8. So, not a big hit at...
Not huge, no. But...
Well, it didn't even make twice, which for the 80s, that's bad. Yeah. I'm sure you didn't notice this, Max, but we have a lot of SNL cast members poking their noses in here.
No, we don't. We have a lot of future SNL cast members.
We're in the future, so therefore it counts. Aha.
Whoa.
John Lovitz was one of them, but when he auditioned with the original director of this film, a Howard Zeef, he didn't get a part. When Penny Marshall took over, wham! Hired! Parts 1 and 2. That's a deep one. Speaking of SNL, the other, as Max points out, future cast members appearing in this film include Michael McKean, Phil Hartman, and Jim Belushi.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like Joe Estevez. Speaking of crossovers, we have 2 Bond villains here. Yes, one of them's future. Jeroen Krabbe, it has a little thing on it, so it's not Crab, from Living Daylights, and Jonathan Pryce from Tomorrow Never Dies. There were multiple versions of the script for this film, one by David Mamet. One of the reasons that one wasn't used is that it was riddled with naughty words. Naughty Mamet.
No!
Naughty.
David Mamet using swear word? That's insane.
Yeah. So you might have missed this, but there's some other classic rock references besides the titular song.
This is our best show ever.
Terry's boss's name is James Page, probably because of his
Jimmy Page.
startling resemblance to the lead singer of Led Zeppelin by the same name.
I missed that completely.
So did I. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Of all the movies Penny Marshall made, this is the only one rated R. And help me out, Max. Why was this rated R again?
Language.
Okay.
They use the F word more than once.
The children.
You can use the F bomb once in a PG film.
This is like the least rated R film I have ever seen.
Yeah, I know. There's not. Yeah, it's just silly.
Yeah,
it's purely from the language, and I think it's used twice instead of once. So
yeah,
and that was dumb.
I didn't even notice it, but we've asked this before. But when is New York not New York? When it's L.A. There's a famous restaurant in the movie, Cole's, and it is not only decidedly in L.A., it is the originator of the French dip sandwich. Or wait, was that Philippe's across the street? Yeah, apparently that's a big point of contention, but yeah. So yeah, almost no New York in this film.
Yeah.
Personal relationships always help a movie. When this was being made, Penny Marshall was dating Sam Kinison, who wanted a part.
What?
Yeah, it's apparently true.
My God, that would have made this movie so much better.
Whoopi Goldberg said no. And this started out a feud between the two and was the end of the relationship between Marshall and Kinison.
Ooh.
So, yeah. Oops.
Wow. I just can't really... Oh, you're trying to guess the password? Well, I'm trying to figure out what happened to my marriage. Oh!
Yeah. Vague homage. One of the spies in this movie, Mark Van Meter, was said to be in the greeting card business, just like Maxwell Smart in the TV show Get Smart. Such depth and kindness.
Yep.
That's about all I got for the movie, but here's a bit about Miss Marshall herself. I know this is going to come as a shock, but she was born in Manhattan and raised in the Bronx.
What with that lilting southern drawl she has?
I know it's a surprise, but yeah. She was married twice.
Blown.
She was married twice, once briefly to a football player she met in college, and then for about 10 years to meathead himself, Rob Reiner. Her first role was in a Head & Shoulders commercial with Farrah Fawcett. She played homely girl.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, apparently Farrah tried to make things better, and she crossed off the word homely and wrote plain. Thank you, Farrah.
Well, she was, as they say, God love her, she was trying.
The next thing she tried out for and lost was the role of Witchy Poo on HR Puffin Stuff. And yes,
wow.
Yeah, apparently only two people tried out for it, Billy Hayes and Penny Marshall. So
it's hard to say no to that Billy Hayes energy. I don't know if Penny Marshall could have done that.
Oh, give me the flute. Yeah, it doesn't really...
Orson, Seymour. Get the kid. I don't know.
And speaking of HR Puffin Stuff, if you've ever wondered if that show was riddled with actual drug references, the answer is yes. I watched a little documentary on it, and it was all on purpose.
Yeah, Puffin Stuff right there. I mean.
Yep. Yeah. Her brother gave her the next big breaks, including a regular guest role on TV's The Odd Couple. Her brother once again got her a choice role to guest star on an episode of Happy Days, which led to the spinoff Laverne and Shirley. That show ran for 8 years. After that, she was the first official guest star on... Wait for it. Do you know this, Max?
No, I don't.
She was the first official guest star on The Simpsons. She played Ms. Botts, a babysitter bandit. Yeah.
Oh my God, that was like from the first 3 episodes or something.
Like 89.
Way in the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh.
Soon after that,
I know the connection to The Simpsons too.
Oh, Christopher Guest?
No, Tracy Ullman.
Well,
was in this movie.
Oh, that's right. So she is. Yep.
The Simpsons premiered on the Tracy Ullman Show. They worked together a few times. She directed at least one episode of that.
Neat. Yeah, I saw one episode of The Simpsons on Tracy Ullman. It was the summer before they became a show, because that's the year I went to the San Diego Comic-Con. But yeah.
Let's all go out for frosty chocolate milkshake.
Okay.
Yep, one of Homer's first lines.
Oh. Well, anyway, after that, she started directing, and the rest is history. You got anything for the movie or her, Max? Or?
Well, you mentioned Gary Marshall, and she returns the favor by giving him a 30-second cameo in this movie.
Well, we just saw another film recently where he showed up as, I think he was a mob boss. What the hell movie was it? Do you remember? It was weird. He just popped in as a mob boss, and it's like, that's Gary Marshall. He's not frightening.
Yeah, I can't remember.
He also did play her brother, Werner Turner, in The Odd Couple, but he was a producer, and that was their actual sister who played the other Turner, whose name I can't remember.
Lerna or something.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know.
Well, if nothing else, we should get to that pesky plot.
Yep.
It's the mid-1980s, and Terry, played by Whoopi Goldberg, is just another data entry specialist at a Midtown Manhattan bank. As she's closing down for the day, she gets a weird text message from someone she doesn't know. Asking for a code word, he says he'll be back tomorrow. Terry stays up all night and finally figures it out the next evening. Seems she's texting with... Wait, a British spy? He's trapped somewhere in Eastern Europe, or so he says, and he needs her help. Terry's a lonely gal, and this is kind of exciting, so she decides to give it a shot, weird though it is. First, she breaks into his apartment to get a frying pan, but the cab driver she left waiting is not the same as the one that's there when she comes down. Using said pan, she escapes. On the back of the pan are 4 contacts that Terry tries to call, but she can't get through to anyone but the last one. He asks her to meet him at the docks after midnight. What could go wrong? Well, him getting shot in front of her is one thing. She escapes, but no one believes her about the killing. She goes to his funeral and meets the wife of another contact on the back of the pan, and she is not initially helpful, but later, when Terry's mysterious Jumpin' Jack Flash asks her to break into the British consulate, she vouches for Terry and gets her into the Queen's Ball. Only has one, huh? Weird. And then things get complicated. Terry's stalked, dragged around New York in a phone booth, betrayed by someone Jack thought was a friend. She gets in the middle of some double agent ninjutsu, gets shot up with truth serum, which nearly loses her job. Then she does lose her job, sort of all in hopes of getting Jack out of danger and back to the free world. Will she succeed? Can a data analyst possibly help out MI6? Only we know for sure. Oh, and the millions of people who saw this movie. The film. So, Max, usual question. Yep. Did you see it when it came out?
No. I saw it later on videotape.
Oh, okay. Have you seen it many times since?
Nope. I only saw it that once. This is the second, for the show, is the second time. What about you?
I've never seen it. Although... My sister points out that this is one of my mom's favorite films, and I have this feeling that she had it on in the background when I visited a couple of times, along with The Eraser and what was the stupid skating one with the hockey player?
The Cutting Edge.
Cutting Edge, yeah. I don't know, I still can't figure out to this day why my mother liked The Eraser so much, but she really liked that movie. One of Arnold's best films. Sure.
Yeah, that's right. I'm working with James Caan. I hope you can tell us apart, even though our acting skills are so similar.
Yeah, it's like twins.
Yeah.
Even more than that movie he was in, Twins. Well, we got ourselves a cast here. I think we can leave a lot of them out because they have such small roles.
Well,
But we start off with Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg.
I miss Whoopi. Whoopi was fun.
And she's so likable.
Yes.
Anything
instantly.
She's in, you immediately, it's clear the character Terry is a fixer. She's the one who tries to take care of everybody. You immediately believe that. You believe everyone in that office except her horrible white guy, 80s nasty boss.
Jimmy Page.
Might as well be, Jimmy Page, who might as well be, Dabney Coleman from 9 to 5. Everybody else loves her.
Yeah. I do find it a little hard to believe that she can't find somebody because it's like, I like you. I mean, I'm not the right persuasion because I'm not into gals, but I like you. So, but yeah, she's fun, and I miss Whoopi. She was, every time she was in something, she was just fun. I don't even like a lot of Sister Act or Sister Act 2, but I like her.
Oh, I like Sister Act. I think Sister Act 2 was, I think, unnecessary, but the first one is so much fun.
It's really more Sister Act 2 that I didn't like that much, but Sister Act 1 is a lot of fun. What else was she in? She was in Ghost. She was fun in Ghost.
Yes.
She actually gave that movie a real needed sense of humor. Otherwise, that film was going to get dragged down.
This film is extremely melodramatic otherwise.
Hell, I loved her in Star Trek Next Generation, too.
Yep.
I just hadn't realized I missed her until I watched this film for the show. So yeah, big thumbs up for Whoopi. I miss Whoopi.
Yep. Whoopi does terrific.
Stephen Collins.
The dad from Seventh Heaven.
Is that who it is?
That's who it is. And no, he is not John Tesh. My first thought is he looks like John Tesh, big head, one of the whitest human beings you'll ever see.
Yeah, but he had paper chase glasses on, so it was okay.
Yes, that's it. You wouldn't tell. It turns, spoiler, he's a spy. But you wouldn't know it because he wears glasses.
The sad thing is one of my notes when he first pops up was, oh, Marty's a plant. Like, I just somehow knew it.
It is pretty obvious.
Yeah.
So,
he's fine.
John Wood.
John Wood had another problem. Exactly what you just said. As soon as he popped up, it's like, oh yeah, he's the bad guy.
Oh yeah, Jeremy Talbot, and of course you're going, oh wait, my first thought is, oh, it's the evil priest from Lady Hawk.
Oh, see, and I was also thinking, oh, he's the scientist behind the big bad computer in War Games, but he's not a bad guy.
He's not a bad guy there.
No.
He was a little misguided, but John Wood, when he's in it, it's like, yep, bad guy.
And he is hanging around with the ex-manager of Spinal Tap, so...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, so, Boston's not really a big college town.
Yeah. Carol Kane as Cynthia.
Carol Kane.
Small part.
I will watch her in anything. She grabs the screen and doesn't let go of it.
Yeah, she's delightful. She's very small part, but she's fun. Mm-hmm. Annie Potts as Liz Carlson, bordering on wasted.
Yeah, I mean, it's a straight role, and Annie Potts' thing is comedy. She's funny.
Yeah. But she's fine for the 10 minutes. Yeah. Not even that. 5 minutes she's there. I just think she can and has done better, so it's kind of too bad. Peter Michael Getz, who is somehow not Brian Doyle Murray, though I stared at him thinking that he was. Although I was also staring at the obvious hairpiece, which, becomes
it was supposed to be, yeah.
It actually brings up one of my favorite quotes of the film, where Whoopi is under the effects of the truth serum, and she says she wants to rip it off his head and, quote, shove it up your chocolate whiz bang.
I do like when she does tear it off him, and John Lovitz is there going, I didn't know he was bald.
Must have been alone in that one, but yeah.
Yeah.
Roscoe Lee Brown, who brings an amazing gravitas for 10 seconds.
Oh, that voice. Yeah, talk about like, hello, I'm Roscoe Lee Brown. Where's my check? Goodbye.
You probably know him as Box from Logan's Run.
True. I mainly know him as Dr. Scorpion from the titular movie.
Oh, don't know that film, but yeah,
it was a made-for-TV movie. It's terrible.
He is one of those people that just has presence. He doesn't even have to talk.
It helps because that voice. Oh my Lord, that voice. Mm.
Sarah Botsford.
I want his voice. Give me his voice.
He's using it. I'm using it. Sarah Botsford is Lady Sarah. She's fine. Yeah. She's there for a few seconds and then she's gone.
I want to hear you say this guy's name.
Jeroen Krabbe.
Very nice.
As Varkman Meter. Usually a bad guy. Not entirely really a bad guy in this case, but he's there. Mm. He's fine.
Yeah.
I don't remember Vito.
We can skip a few of these guys.
Yeah, Jonathan Pryce shows up at the end of the film in a scene that feels like, yes, I've got 14 minutes between films. I can just fit you in.
And he's there for his voice because that's another great voice in this movie. Jonathan Pryce has an awesome voice. And he sounds like a spy should sound.
The first time I remember seeing him was in Something Wicked This Way Comes. And dear gods, was he awesome in that film. But he shows up in lots of things. He's recently been in Slow Horses and a kind of a sad
role.
Yeah, he's in a lot. Jonathan Pryce just brings a level of quality to anything he's in. Skip. John Lovitz. You know, I am amazed that they didn't want John Lovitz, because John Lovitz doesn't do much, but John Lovitz knows how to grab a camera.
He does. And he's also very convincing as a nerd.
Yeah. But
I don't know why.
It made me forget about him as the actor, the character in SNL, who he was funny in that. Yep. I don't want a lot of John Lovitz. I don't want him to star in anything. But he's, I think, a solid character actor, and I'm kind of surprised we don't see more of him.
He was around, he had a sort of explosion in the late 90s, early 2000s, where he did a bunch of different movies. Problem was, he's not a leading man, and they kept trying to make him one.
No. But there's no, there are some people, I think, who realize that and never really aim for that. They're happy where they are, and good for them. Yeah. And I don't know how he feels, but he adds something to a film. I think he's funny.
Yeah, he's a great supporting character.
Phil Hartman, he's there for 10 seconds. I like Phil Hartman. He's barely there. I feel bad because Phil Hartman can be frickin' hilarious.
They really let him be funny, which is weird.
Well, there's just a lot of people in this film.
I think, Whoopi was trying to get jobs for a lot of her comedian friends.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah.
And then there's some other people, but whatever. Honestly, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, most of them are. I do want to mention one guy, Lord Malcolm, who's played by Paxton Whitehead. If you're wondering who he is, if you've ever seen any movie ever, he's the English guy. Yeah. Paxton Whitehead, never mind that he has the whitest and most English name you can imagine. You would know him in a second if you saw him. He's been in everything, usually very small parts, usually the director of a museum or a consulate or something. You'd know him. And it's funny. It's just funny as hell seeing him in this.
Well, it's either him or Gods. I can't think of his name. I think it's Terry something, who was in The Mummy. He was in Colonel Crittenden and Hogan's Heroes.
Oh, yeah, I know who you mean. That's right to me that he will always be Colonel Crittenden. He was also Dr. Bombay on Bewitched. I can't remember his name, but yeah.
He used to be the British guy, which I honestly think is why they got him for The Mummy. It's like, oh, well, we'll get the British guy. Is he still alive? Yeah. Oh, good, he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's a very talented cast.
Yeah, I think a few of them I would like to see more, but it's a movie with Whoopi, and it's her movie, and quite honestly, she's a delight, so we don't necessarily need a lot more of other people. So I think you saw it the same way I saw it, which is I had to rent it on a very large company's website that starts with A and ends in N. And I don't know, but did you notice how lousy the print was?
It is not a good print. I mean, it was, first off, it's stretched to 69. It was grainy. I think this must have been, I don't know what, an 8mm print, maybe a 16.
I think they just held a VHS copy up to the light. So, and weirdly, now this is not a huge film. Obviously, it wasn't a big hit in its day, but I was surprised that was the only place I could find it.
It's not easy to find. It's not on a lot of the services. Yeah, I don't know. This one, I think, kind of has faded away. A lot of people don't watch it. A lot of the early Whoopi movies, like was it Fatal Beauty or Burglar? They didn't make that much of an impact. I mean, people tend to remember things like The Color Purple or Riding in a Car with Boys.
Never saw a lot of. I know I'm supposed to see The Color Purple.
Color Purple. She was up for an Oscar for.
I know. I haven't seen it.
Terrific movie. Not easy to watch, but a terrific movie.
Oh, I bet. I don't know if you were listening. There was a little newscasty thing going on in the background of the opening of the film. Did you?
I love that. The president didn't realize Hawaii was a state and not our closest Pacific ally. It's like, all right, that is unfortunately timely because I'm pretty sure I expect to hear something like that daily from our current nightmare.
Oh, DJ T?
DJ Jazzy Trump, yes.
And the Fresh Prince?
Okay. I don't know.
In this case, it's Prints. But yeah. I thought that was unfortunately very prescient, but
also very funny because if this was 86, Reagan was president, so maybe a little shot at him.
Well, and let's face it, it's not really satire when it's true.
Yeah. What did you think of the soundtrack?
And the soundtrack was fine. I mean,
it's peak 80s. It's so 80s.
Oh, it could be more 80s. It could have had a lot more. I thought it was very mainstreamy.
No, I'm sorry. I don't mean 80s as in 80s music. It was 80s soundtrack.
Oh, that's
what you're always going to. Yeah. Every 80s movie was using Can't Hurry Love or Rescue Me or Set Me Free. A lot of those songs show up a lot.
Well, and then they have Jumpin' Jack Flash, which has the most tenuous grasp on this film. See, he's British, so his nickname is Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Terry has a point where at one point she says she's listening to the song over and over again, trying to use it to get Jack's...
I was raised by two lesbians.
Wait, that's not what it is. This song has got some weird-ass lyrics. She's not wrong.
Yeah, I read them too, and I'm like, no idea what... Well, Sir Mick. Whatever.
Yeah.
I will say, we open the film, we're panning around Terry's apartment, which today is... I'm going to go on a limb and say $8,000 to $10,000 a month.
Yeah, easily, especially with that location. She's right downtown. Yeah.
But all I could think of was, she's got really good taste in movies. I want to hang out with her.
Yep. She absolutely. She has really good taste in movies. Her apartment looks comfortable. Looks like a nice place to be.
It's not big, but she's a movie nut. I'm ready. Come on, ask me over. I'll watch movies with you. And as you said, she's easy to like, and she's just asleep when we see her, but she gets up, and the way she gets up, her little exercises where she doesn't move her legs. It's like, I mean, she's not Jumpin' Jack Flash, that's for sure. She does this later on when she's doing the transcription. She's doing her little dance, and she's transcribing the lyrics. I thought that was a really fun little scene.
Yep. I like her when she's waiting for Jack and she's doing, herself as a blind blues singer. Introducing blind Terry Doolittle.
I mean, it's no Blind Lemon Pledge, but...
Yep. She's trying to, have fun wherever she is. I also like her, and I would bet you anything it was improv when she is on the magic truth serum. We'll get to that later. And she's just stumbling around New York, sees two punks go, look, a tropical fish and its mate. Or grabbing some guy carrying his dry cleaning going, what is Martinizing? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
I like that. Or when she's in the phone booth being dragged by the tow truck, and we get one of the big scenes from the trailer. It's the only one I remember from the trailer. I'm a little black woman in a big silver box.
Yeah. She's fun. I mean, she's fun. That's just all there was to it. This film is based on a sort of common... I don't want to say the fantasy itself is common, but the idea that you can safely place yourself into some sort of dangerous occupation or something and basically come out not only unharmed but unscathed.
Yeah.
And that is, what if I could just be part of Spies for a little bit and then go back to my regular life?
That's a very, very common theme. Not just the 80s. They still do it. It's like average person suddenly falls into the world of espionage.
Yeah.
You got the man, the man who knew too little, the tall blonde man with one red shoe. All of these, so many of them, gotcha. It's a very popular thing because, it is. It's a fantasy. Yeah. It's like, what if I'm in my humdrum life in this job I hate and suddenly, I'm working with James Bond.
Yeah. Or one of my favorite rom-coms, Notting Hill. What if real Julia Roberts just walked into my lousy bookstore and fell in love with me?
Real, actual Julia Roberts. Yep.
She isn't called. She must be working on a film. That's it.
I'm sure that's it.
She's very busy. She's much in demand. America's sweetheart. So, did you ever have one of those particular fantasies that was your if they do a movie about this particular thing, I would be drawn to that. That's my. I would love to be part of something that I could withdraw from and be unscathed, but just have that excitement for a moment.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, sure, I was thinking it would be fun to be drawn into the world of espionage, except the reality of it is you get drawn in, you're used as human cannon fodder, and you get buried somewhere.
That's probably true. And let's face it, this film, for me, I thought the film was just the right mix of action, quote-unquote danger and humor. Because let's face it, the first time she showed up, the dogs are both dead. Like, she doesn't escape. She doesn't, like, get thrown in the water and safely
She was dead so many times in this movie, but you don't want her to be.
No.
And that's okay. That works because the movie never gives you the idea. You always know she's going to be okay. It's just the whole feel of the movie.
Well, let me ask you that.
People are dying. People are being threatened. You know she's going to be
a man selling ice cream.
Yep.
Well, let me ask you, though.
Being threatened.
A man selling ice cream. Do you think the film went too far off into wacky land?
Every so often it did. I thought the whole sequence with the truth serum, and I'm just going to take a moment here and say, the way truth serum works in movies is not the way truth serum works. First off, there is no such thing. They can shoot you up with sodium pentothal. They can shoot you up with scopolamine. They can shoot you up with stuff they probably invented that I don't know about. It is like getting you very drunk very quickly. The idea is it lowers your inhibitions and you're more likely to answer questions. It is very hard to get you to answer a question you really don't want to. It's like hypnotism that way.
Well, to counter this, I will say that when I had my cataract surgery done, they gave me something that is a Valium derivative. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's called Do Whatever You Want to Mean. And once that took hold mighty fast, because every time you see it in the movie, somebody gets, they're being violent or something, like, quick, get a sedative, and they shoot them up. And in seconds, they're calmed down. Some of those things actually do work that fast. And the stuff they gave me, basically what it did was make me not care about anything. And if they had at that point said, "Hey, what's your social security number?" I'd have gone, "Oh, sure, here you go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7."
Because you were in a situation with people, with medical people you inherently trust, people you see as authority figures and aren't afraid of.
I was, though. This was my first procedure ever. I was mighty uptight before Maxwell's silver hammer went up my arm.
Yeah, but you were surrounded by people who were supposed to know what they were doing and were there for your benefit. It is easier to relax around that. If there's someone, if Jim Belushi is pinning you to a car, first off, I'm not going to be comfortable with that. And, stabbing you with a needle and starts asking you questions, you are not going to answer them truthfully. And it's not like the truth will suddenly pop out of your mouth like it does in those movies. You can these things are used for interrogation, but the people who use them are really highly trained and they know how to set up the environment. It doesn't just magically goes bang. Now you can't lie. Like I Dream of Jeannie has put a curse on you that you must always tell the truth, or the Liar with Jim Carrey. No.
Yeah, it didn't make me quote unquote tell the truth, but honestly. If the doctor had said, "Hey, could you give me $20?" I'd be like, "Oh, okay." It's fine. It's a movie trope thing. Well, it's at least we didn't have your least favorite thing in films. Oh, wait.
Yes, we did. Yes.
Was there any hacking in this film, Max? Was there any hacking?
Yes, there was. I don't even want to get started on the computer tech in this. The one thing I will say is, yes, there was a computer company called Sperry. And I'm done. She does, in fact, say, "We're in."
Which means that she fails the test.
Yes, I'm calling it the Levine test. No hacker movie passes the Levine test. If anyone says, "I'm in." I have worked with computer specialists for a very long time, some of whom did perhaps access other systems.
Did they get in?
And no one has ever said, I've never heard anyone say, "I'm in." Ever.
Okay. Well, now that we've got that out of the way. What did you think about the pacing? It's not a long film, but it's a comedy, and this could be...
The pacing, you can tell this is a first movie. It's uneven. I mean, most of it moves really well. I think a lot of it is. But there are times it really slows down.
Can you give an example at all? Or?
Yeah, at the British consulate, when they're trying to set up... When she's doing basically a heist.
Yeah.
There are parts of that just drag. And there are parts where you're going, "Oh, you could have cut this and just shown her getting here or that." The one thing I did really love is the guards who are the worst guards in any consulate history, and wow, the English consulate has trap security, are distracted, of course, by an episode of Benny Hill.
Well, it was only probably 10 or 15 years out of date at that point, which meant that's about when it would have got here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think about 3/4 of the way through, it kind of drags a bit. There's also a point where she wanders into her job, who knows how late, on the truth serum stuff, and somehow she doesn't get fired then. I'm like...
Instantly, yeah. I mean, they would have just gone, oh, she's drunk, you're fired.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that, she's pulling her boss's toupee off, and...
I gotta say, there's also one thing that I actually was very sorry to see, and that is, I'm guessing, I wouldn't guess that Penny Marshall would have done this. I would have guessed that the producers of the studio did this. Mm-hmm. My feeling is that they decided that Whoopi was not allowed to eat for about 3 weeks before this film, because she weighs about 10 pounds.
And Whoopi Goldberg is not a skinny woman. She is a solid, strong, healthy-looking woman, and especially back then. And now... when they cram her into that weird evening dress, the blue sequin number. Yeah. Although I like the fact they gave her the Diana Ross wig.
Yeah. Well, and she's told when she's going to the ball, she's told, try and be inconspicuous. Do you have any knowledge who you're talking to? Because that's not going to happen. So,
but they really must have sweated the weight off her.
Yeah, I hate that. That's so dumb.
And it doesn't look right either. She looks wrong that way.
No, I'm glad that she sort of gets beyond it. But yeah, I thought that was just weird. I do have a question, too. Another question. Mm-hmm. Why a big toothbrush?
Why such a big suit? I don't know. It's funny.
It's the only thing in the movie that she's got in her apartment that I'm like, what? Where did that come from?
She's using it to fend off a potential intruder, and she has a giant toothbrush. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that was a thing in the 80s we missed. I don't know.
Let me think. No.
Nah.
So it's just a question.
I like how, she is harassed at one point by 3... street toughs who admittedly
or 3 guys who just got tossed out of the Apple Genius bar.
That's it. That's exactly. That's what they look like. And they're harassing her. She just is like having none of it and is like shoving them. But I do like when she sees John Wood appear or one of the other bad guys. She just, the way she's keeping away, says, "I got diseases. You don't want me." She whips, "I'm cured."
Yeah.
That whole moment where she's like, and that's actually really good thinking. It's like, okay, I'll go with these guys. I can obviously handle them more than I can handle these guys.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really nice touch.
For those who watch Slow Horses, it's like she's run up to 3 Roddy Hoes. So, yeah. It's Whoopi. She's fun. Even if the film isn't great, she's fun. Oops. Is that a hint of I don't know.
Oh, dear.
What other notes have you got, Max, before we get to that part? Because we're aiming
One of the strangest moments musically to me is when she is doing the heist and her dress gets caught in the shredder and they start playing the saber dance from Gain, which is used in almost every circus sequence you've ever heard. Die, da, 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 die, da, 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 die, 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 die. Like, well, where did this come from?
See, there's sharp blades in the shredding machine.
But it doesn't match any of the rest of the music.
It's goofy. It's funny. Oh, Max. What are we going to do with you? What else you got?
Nope, I think I'm pretty good on that's all the major points. I got a bunch of little things, but that's about it. The finish.
So, Max, you saw it once? Not really. Not if you look real hard.
No, I want one. Where's my present?
No, you're it.
Oh.
You're your own gift to yourself.
Oh.
Because no one else wanted it.
Can I take me back?
Yes.
Exchange me for store credit?
Yes, please do.
Excellent.
I can't wait to see who I'm going to host with next week. So, Max.
Yeah.
You saw Jumpin' Jack Flash back sometime maybe in the 80s?
Yeah.
And
80s
then
and 90s, yep.
You just saw it again for this show.
Yeah.
What did you think?
It's, again, I like the performances. I like Whoopi in this. I like a lot of the other people. The movie itself is kind of mediocre. It's okay. Mm-hmm. It's uneven. The pacing is uneven. The tone shifts kind of suddenly I like that there's both comedy and, some more or less serious action, but it jumps back and forth a little jarringly. This is very much a first movie. This is someone who's still finding her feet in the cinema, because a lot of it feels like she's directing a TV episode. The scenes end it's all very TV. You practically want to hear the laugh track or the audience going, "Oh."
I didn't really get that, but okay.
Yeah. So again, I think it's okay. I don't think it's a bad movie. Penny Marshall's going to go on to do a lot better. So is Whoopi Goldberg. What about you? What'd you think?
I'd never seen it. Now that I've seen it, I can totally see why my mother would have liked it, especially because she liked The Eraser. No idea. I would say it's a silly movie. And let's face it, it's a word that's usually is fairly derogatory, but it's fluff. Yeah, there's nothing really harmless. Substantial. It is one of many 80s comedies.
Yep.
I gotta say, though, especially in comparison to last week's film, it was nice. I enjoyed it.
It's pleasant.
I miss Whoopi. Whoopi is fun. She's funny. Yeah. I like her. I could use with a little bit more simple fun in my life. Is it a great example of an 80s comedy? No. But I can see easily why it's somebody's comfortable film. Right? It's got that little fantasy in it where, if I were just part of the spy network for just a weekend, wouldn't life be fun? Yeah, I get it. The fact that things aren't really very dangerous except for the bad guys who get killed and the occasional spy, okay, that doesn't make a lot of sense. None of the movie makes very much sense. Never mind the computer stuff. Yeah. But you know what?
The computer stuff, that matters.
You should go home right now. You are home. You should watch after the show, sit down and rewatch Sneakers and then Hackers.
You bastard.
Hey, maybe I should bring that. I wonder if that's anybody's first film. Should look that up.
It's going to be your last.
Hey, you made me watch Freddy Got Fingered, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I know, and I avoided it.
Oh, man. Yikes. See, just listen to our episode on Freddy Got Fingered to know why you should not watch that film.
Yeah.
I want to say, if you've got it around on DVD and haven't watched it in a while, take it out. Whoopi's fun. And it's a nice little hour and a half. You can have this film going on in the background and you're not going to miss anything. And it's enjoyable. I laughed.
It's also fun watching and going, oh, that guy's in it. Oh my God, I know her.
Well, I'm amazed SNL went on that week because so many people that were going to be part of the cast were in this. But yeah, so sure, I'll give it a B. Not great, not,
I'll give it a C+.
Not even that, it's certainly not one of Whoopi Goldberg's best films, but she's so much fun in it. It's fine. Yeah, I'll give it a B. I'll give it a B.
Yeah. So. But by the way, what be our poll question?
Wow. That hurt.
This transition brought to you by Mike.
No, not at all.
In honor of Mike.
I think you just dented my skull with that. That hurt. We would like to know what ingredient, if any, is missing from today's movies, films what are coming out right now. And I'll tell you one thing that's not going to be an answer, and that's violence. But you can let us know what your answers are by emailing us directly at us@maxmikemovies.com. You can also go to our website, maxmikemovies.com. All our episodes are there. We have them all separated out into different series. The search function works, so if you ever wondered, hey, did they cover one of those films in their 352 episodes plus specials and stuff? Maybe we didn't. You can listen to the episode. You can also leave comments either about the poll question or about the series or about the show or films you think we should watch, all that sort of thing. We get ideas all the time, and we often use them, so please. You can go onto social media, be it Facebook, Bluesky, or Mastodon, and find us under Max Mike Movies. Leave a comment there. Mastodon? Oh, pardon me. So, Facebook, Bluesky, and Mastodon. We are on all three of those things.
Yep.
If you like podcast apps, good, because we're there too. And lastly, if you want to call like real Julia Roberts, you can call our hotline at 617-398-7266. That number again, 617-398-7266. But we have got a ways to go in Directors in Short Pants, Max. So whose short pants are we going to be looking down next week?
Well, we've been doing a lot of directors who are, shall we say, melanin challenged, or white folks. So we are going to do a director from my village, who, like me, is a swarthy Hispanic Latin lover.
You're from Boston.
But that is why I am swarthy and dark, right?
You're neither of those things.
Shut up!
If anything, you're pastier than I am, and I don't know how that's possible.
I want to be Antonio Banderas. And of course, one of the directors who basically discovered him was Robert Rodriguez.
Oh.
Yes, but before Desperado, before Spy Kids, before a lot of other stuff, he did El Mariachi, which, as I understand, is a pleasant little movie about an innocent musician and his struggle to become the best mariachi player ever.
I thought mariachis were flowers.
No, silly gringo. No, Senor.
I suppose you didn't do it with a New York Bronx accent. That's something.
Yes, indeed.
No, gringo.
Yes.
A gringo got my baby.
Oh, God. You're fired now. Sorry, there's not going to be anybody doing the show next week. Everyone's fired.
Yeah.
Everyone's fired. But yes, we are going to do Robert Rodriguez's first movie, El Mariachi. And, well, I there are no virgins or suicides in it, so this should be more fun than a couple of weeks ago.
Ole!
This has been a co-production of The Voice of Max and The Movie Wrench.